I just can't believe you come on here like every other week and just like want to die on a hill of looking like a fucking idiot.
No!
You go out of your way to do it to yourself. Alrighty, and welcome back to another episode of the Softlock Cafe. Let's see what's on the menu. I am, of course, as always, joined by my host. This is my oath. What's up, gamer?
Yo, what's up? How you doing? Been a crazy week. Can't wait to yap. I love yapping.
Can't wait for this to be just a normal episode. Nothing out of the ordinary at all. Definitely no one waiting off screen for a prompt to interject.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
It's yeggog.
Is that yeggog, super producer?
No, it's just regular. I'm barely regular producer, let's be honest.
Who
Did you shave your arms for this?
No.
You didn't shave your arms?
That is regular producer energy. A super producer would have shaved their arms.
That feels like bad preparation, honestly.
We're like 20 seconds in and you're already talking about my arm hairs? I'm sorry, I'm a man.
Sorry,
wow,
like
toxic masculinity.
thing, you know?
Insane.
No, that's toxic masculinity. Deciding how to be a man.
You know what is toxic masculinity for real, though? Going on Twitter and using the side model of Grok to make my AI girlfriend fucking bow to me and, like, get on her knees for me. Fucking, you've all seen it, right? We've all seen the AI.
I don't look up. I'm not on Twitter as much as you. I hate
It's
Twitter
just
as a
everywhere.
concept. So the only thing I've seen on Twitter is like Iron Mouse shit and what's the other thing that's been going around? Oh, Hulk Hogan died. Fucking rest in piss, bozo.
Rest in piss, racist bitch. No, that was late enough. We're fine.
Yeah. Oh, so all right, go on about your grokking.
No, yeah. So Yegog, do you know about the Grok, the Grok girlfriend situation?
Of course.
All right, hear me out on this. While Grok is a concept I don't like, in a post-COVID world, low key, with like you guys have all seen like the dating numbers, right? Like the dating's so bad. While it is a solution, like this is a solution to a problem, but it is the wrong solution to the problem probably, because this is just going to end with everybody liking the AI girlfriends way more than regular people. You know what I mean? Like they're going to have the AI girlfriends, they're going to have the AI boyfriends, they're going to have the AI they thems, and we're all going to be having virtual fuckfest, like we're all going to be doing 50 Shades of Grey with our own AI. And it's like, you're going to pay the $7 subscription for like the dirty talk. It's going to be like phone sex all over again.
I can't wait to have Grok make my femboy Hooters girlfriend. It'll be great.
Listen, I can't. I don't even have the energy for all the insane things Elon Musk does anymore. Right? At this point, it's like, he made Grok an anime waifu. Of course he did. We move on. You know,
how close to Grimes does the AI Grok look?
I never thought she looked that much like Grimes, but that was just me. But a lot of people saw
resemblance. It looks kind of like El Condor Pasa with silver hair.
Okay, I hate that. I can perfectly visualize that in my head. I've been playing too much of the Horse Girl game.
Yeah.
Because like when Oath and I are talking offline, he's like, "Oh, the one that like looks like this," and I'll be like, "Oh, you mean like Grass Wonder?" I just like know every fucking horse in the game now. My brain is completely eroded.
It is. You're better than me too. Like because I play like one a day, and I just like click the button because I like the shiny lights and stuff.
Yeah.
And you're sitting here like, what do the numbers mean, Mason? And like fucking getting deep into it.
That's also why I have completed A runs and you don't. So
I click the button because I like the shiny lights. Is also the words of people who are addicted to the slot machines at a casino.
Have you seen any Umamamuse gameplay, Yeggog? It is just a gambling simulator.
Yes, it does appear to be that.
Yeah.
I think we are cooked, are we not?
No, it's a completely cooked game, but I'm loving every minute of it, Jerry.
It's brain rot. It's definitely.
I meant as a
rot.
society. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, not because of this, but yeah, sure.
No, it's emblematic. It's emblematic.
If anything, this is one of the few redeeming things.
Thank God I lived at the same time as the Horse Girl gambling simulator. So people know who we are, right? We did our whole first episode spiel. Yeghiazaryan. How does one Yeggog? Who Yeghiazaryan? Why a Yeggog?
None of this means anything. I thought it'd be funny. In terms of who I am, I mean, do you want me to explain my name?
Yeah, you can explain the name, explain like how you got into streaming, your relationship with streaming, and something I find interesting. You're one of the only people, like one of like two people I know who like try to keep some semblance of like anonymity online. As someone who like, as long as people don't know where I work, that's like really all I care about. I think it's I just think it's like a very interesting like life you live compared to my life as I engage with streaming. So
yeah, I mean, the thing is, for me, I've always been that way. And when because I've been on the internet since I was like 10, and that's what you did. Most people had a username and that was it, right? And so I've just carried that forward. I don't know. I'm just not super comfortable showing my face online. And
so have you been yeggog since you were 10 then?
No.
So what was the original name?
Phantom.
Danny Phantom?
Danny Phantom with an F.
Hell yeah.
We don't talk about those days. I don't think you'd find me. I don't think you would find me because so many other people had the same idea. Because Phantom, like I'm a fan of Danny Phantom because I did love it as a kid. And then I was Guy A Person and I did Let's Plays. And then I was like, this name fucking sucks. And then I saw something that I thought was kind of funny was like, so, and this is probably going to be so fucking boring, but basically in Russia, like just like post-Soviet Union, kids and like, teens and whatever who wanted to get into coding did not have computers. They had calculators. And when they wanted to try to like program, on these calculators, a lot of the time, obviously, it would fuck up and it would say error, but it would say error in English. And it just so happens that all the letters of error, including the R being like a big lowercase r like that, look like letters in Russian Cyrillic. And so they came to start calling it, they read it as yeggog. And then the whole practice of like this sort of programming on calculators became yeggogology or yeggogologia. And so I just think it's really interesting because it's like
fucking put that much stank on it.
Chill
out, white boy.
I think that the like kind of post-Iron Curtain world, like getting into tech, is really interesting because like they had, instead of the NES, they had the Dendy. They didn't have Famicom, they didn't have NES, they had the Dendy, and it was a Taiwanese Famiclone that was sold there. Nintendo didn't have a presence there. But then that became the main way of playing those games, to the point where they had a TV show that showed off the latest Dendy games. They had cartridges that had a sticker on, this is an official Dendy game, right? Meanwhile, it was Super Mario 16. And then when they later, because that game is just Joe and Mac with Mario in it, later when they reviewed Joe and Mac on the same show, they were like, oh, this is just Mario 16. What a ripoff. So there's a cool Russian channel that like goes over it. It's all in Russian, but the videos are subtitled. It's called Kinaman or Kinamania. I think it's interesting. We do not support the actions of that state, but we don't blame the people for it. At least I don't.
I was like, we've had that conversation many a time on the pod already.
Fair, yes, exactly. So, but so that's just something that I've always found interesting, and probably nobody else.
I was gonna say Trash Build. I assume you've talked to Trash Build about this before, right?
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
Because like he's like the retro gaming guy that I know. So
yeah,
I almost guarantee I've seen his like retro games collection. Pretty sure he doesn't have a Dendy.
I don't think he does. No, I don't think they're that expensive either. Actually, Dendy kind of entered the world of gaming a little bit when Game Grumps did a complete fake story about how there was this modem you could connect to it and like a proto online gaming or whatever. Total fake. It was all to market a game they were developing.
I remember that.
But it was like, oh, wow, that's interesting. I mean, yeah, because you had like Usenet and stuff. You had like pre-internet communication over phone lines. So I kind of was like, maybe, but I've never heard of this. No, total fake. Well, then they said it was 87. Dendy came out in 89, bro. So that's a problem.
Sick. So you started doing Let's Plays under a Gaia person, right? What got you into wanting to do that?
Shamefully, yeah. I mean, that was what you did back then. I mean,
What was your first
I
Let's
liked
Play?
gaming. Mario Tennis Power Tour for the Game Boy Advance.
Hell yeah, for the Game Boy Advanced.
Yes, sick game. I still love that game. It's basically a tennis RPG. I'm not an RPG guy. I don't like the turn-based battles. But here they took the leveling up mechanics and the story mode and all that stuff, but you don't do turn-based battles. You play tennis. And then Mario Golf. Mario Golf was a formative game for me. Advanced Tour, that is.
Okay, but what character did you pick?
Yeah, what character did you pick?
Well, in the story mode, you don't play as Mario or Peach or whatever. You play as either Clay or... I forget the girl's name, but I was the guy. I know it's Neil and Ella in Mario Golf, but I can't remember.
Just you would.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry for being a man. This is the thing about you wokes.
It's a crime to be a man nowadays.
Yeah, so
but
I was
Googled,
doing that.
I googled a guy a person. The only thing that came up was is Google, like, you know, the College Humor if Google was a guy videos. So terrible SEO.
Oh.
Glad you changed it to yeggog.
Well, yeah. I mean, it wasn't good SEO. And then I don't know. I thought that name was interesting. It's 6 letters and it wasn't taken almost anywhere except on Twitter. And what I have to say is fuck Goharik Yeghiazaryan.
Fuck that man.
This is my public statement. If that fucking Armenian dude is listening to this, deactivate your Twitter, damn it.
Didn't like the stank you put on Armenian there, but sure.
He's from Armenia. It's just true. No, it's not a... Oh, shit. I got a
Yeah,
James
it's like,
Gunn
it's like
situation,
if you drop
don't
a,
I?
you know, you probably would say clanker, is what I'm understanding.
Well, I was thinking, it's like when James Gunn said some random Indian kid, and like he really emphasized the Indian, and so he had a little controversy there, but he's no stranger to controversy.
So what's the day in the life look like? When you get up, what do? You put your meat in your hand? What do you do?
No, that's nighttime activities. No, I mean, I get up.
Nighttime only?
Yeah, I rip that shit as soon as I wake up. It's like how I start my day.
Oh!
That's crazy to reveal that information.
You wake up with morning wood. What else are you gonna do with it? Okay, put it to use.
I don't always. I mean, I get it, like occasionally, but usually the thing is, for what's more important to me is sleep. So I sleep in as late as I fucking can. I get up, I brush my teeth, I get dressed, I'm out the door. I'm a night showerer, so it's like yeah,
I couldn't be a night shower because like when I had hair, I'd wake up and my hair's like super greasy. And even now, being bald, like I wake up and my hair, like not my hair, like my head is like oily, and so like I always have to morning shower. So
no, that's fair. I just love it's takes a while for me to get to sleep, and then getting up is hard, you know. So it's just like I'm
So
very
you
much
lay
a
in bed
night
a
owl.
while once you wake up. You're sleeping. You're laying there. You're scrolling for like an hour. What are we
No,
doing?
I just snooze a million times.
see, I can't do that. So to be fair, I wake up at like 5, and even though I have to get ready, like I have to be out the door at like 7:30. I wake up at 5, hang out, pet the cat, you know, jerk the gurk, go shower, watch like some YouTube, and then yeah, I just like being able to exist and like be a human before I have to go to work.
No, truth be told, me too. The only problem is that I also like to sleep, and so it just ends up this way.
Real.
It
Stunning and
just ends
brave.
up this way. I mean, seriously, it's probably not a healthy way to live. But yeah, so I work at a data center, undisclosed data center, and yeah, I ship out packages, I process packages. That's my current position, which is
So do
not
you like
very
physically
technical.
like scan them and send them out, or are you just like a guy in the back like making sure that things are being loaded on the right things?
Kind of guy in the back. Well, I initiate the shipments, and I
the
don't
one taking the
necessarily
sticker off and smacking it
have
on.
to. I do have to put the stickers on them.
Hell yeah! Honestly,
to, like, tag
base
them.
job.
Yeah. Well, not just on the shipments, but like on the servers themselves or the switches or whatever. They need like tags that are associated with serial numbers. Loads of fun. So much fun. It's honestly annoying because you have to take it out of the box, and they weigh like, some of them weigh like 70 pounds. And you can't
I
tell.
worked at the Target factory. It was kind of like that. I was sticker guy too. Do you have to like go up on the shelves like up and down, or is it all ground level work?
Oh, no, ground level work. I mean, sometimes I rack servers, but I never We have a server lift if I really need to put one high up, but for the most part, it's just it's not too bad. So yeah, I mean, mostly just the hardware side of a data center. I handle a lot of that stuff because
you can just tell when an MF is not forklift certified. It's true.
I am not, and we don't have a forklift. But even if we did, I am not certified, and it would be nice to have one. Sometimes.
So basically, you're waking up, your alarm's going off. You're snoozing until it's time for work, and then you're getting in your car. You're not moisturizing. You're not brushing your teeth.
No, I'm brushing my teeth.
Taking a fatty shitty. Like you're not. What are we doing here?
I'm brushing my teeth, like maybe I'm combing, just like make sure I look presentable, I'll put on deodorant. Like I'm not trying to be a complete slob. And then I show up.
Taking fatty shitties.
No, not daily, no. I'm pretty lazy about it, to be honest. So that's one thing I could probably do better on. But but yeah, so, and then I get that. Usually I don't wake up needing to shit super bad, but sometimes as soon as I get in, I pretty much start my day with that. I mean, you gotta shit on the clock. You're getting paid. You shit on the clock.
If you're not working at home, it is a must for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I shit on the clock and then I get about my daily business. And I try to carve out as much time to do stupid shit like preparing a lesson. Hi everybody, I'm doing the lesson this week.
What? That's not a segue into the lesson. Everybody. Don't be confused. This is not the segue into the lesson.
No, that's at the end. That's later.
So how did you get involved in like the because you and I guess I can bear the lead here. You and I met through Task Manager. You were a recurring character, and originally I didn't want to like gatekeep, but I was like doing a thing with a bunch of the top performing people on Task Manager. So we did the Avengelings, which debuted in episode 6. And then after that, I like specifically because I didn't want it to be a gatekeeping thing, I opened it up to anyone and everyone. I was like, hey, if you're on Task Manager, come hang out. We can bounce ideas off of each other, talk, shoot the shit, whatever. Just like us being able to talk and collaborate, I felt like elevated the show as a whole, which was like my idea behind starting the Discord. And that's how I met you, because you were a like pretty recurring contestant. What was your first episode that you did? Because I want to say it was like episode 3 or 4.
It was 4. It was 4. So I was not right away. I was thinking about, as soon as he first put it up, I was thinking about it. But like that form, like I think the Reddit task was required, and I didn't really feel like doing it. And
yeah,
so I was
a couple of them.
I guess I won't do it.
There was some, because like he would have like 2 good tasks and then one just like absolutely fucking shitter phone task. Pick an emoji, most popular emoji that wasn't picked by someone else. It's like, fuck off. Who cares? That
was a little rough. Yeah, I will say, so in terms of, the Reddit thing, I like, I had an idea. Because I used to be on this subreddit called Political Compass Memes that was for a time just genuinely just that, and then they kept banning all these right-wing subreddits, and so eventually it became a National Socialist subreddit, and live dubbing, and so I was like, you know what though, I noticed somebody like made a post that was some dog shit, and then I looked at their page and nothing else agreed with that, so I DM'd the guy. I was like, you don't believe this. You're just manipulating reactionaries for karma, aren't you? 100% that's what he was doing. It was like, shit, that's a good idea. I could do that. But then I got cold feet. It's like, but then it would look really bad if that was the history that people walked into. I would have won that task, but it's just like, it's fine. Yeah, so I didn't start until episode 4. It was a lot of fun, so it totally makes sense I wasn't included in Avengelings, because like if I started in episode 4, obviously, and you did that episode 6, I was only around for 2 episodes, right?
Not a regular yet. Well, I sent out the invites at like episode 3, and then there was just a lot of time yapping about like how the fuck are we doing this, and so much of like I kept adding people, because like my thing, I wanted like the top 5 or top 3 hour like points earners, and then if you've won an episode. And so like I kept having to add people as more episodes got released and people kept winning. I was like, all right, well now we got to add Evan. Now we got to add Shorter.
Yeah.
Now we got to add I forgot who won episode 5. But
yeah, I think it might have been you.
No, I won 2 and 7 and 10.
2 and 7. Oh really?
Yeah, because I just still was like, I watched episode 1. I was like, damn, I could do that. And then I won episode 2. Right. I was like, sick.
I remember the infamous task I'm still salty about it. 69 gate. I had logicked it out. If a lot of people pick a number, it's more likely to be the median. The task was pick a number, most median number wins.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, people are going to pick 69 as a mean, but then that's going to make it be median because it's so much more likely because I'm going to be sharing with other people. And it was, except this guy has never used a CSV file in his life. Sure. And put 69,420 and left the comma in the number, which fucked up the database and fucked up the numbers. And so it wasn't actually that. The actual median was like 70. And so because his 69 didn't count, it made it not the median anymore, and he fucked me over. And then he still won that episode. Salty. Still salty. But yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
So, yeah. I mean, it was so much fun.
That was your low light. What was your favorite task from the show? And just like favorite takeaway experience from doing Task Manager?
Well, my favorite task was rolling a ball. Roll a ball, longest wins. Because here's the thing. I had Skamazed that because he didn't know, because he hadn't gotten to that season of the show yet, that actually was already a task.
Yeah.
They had to keep a ball rolling for as long as they could. And I was like, okay. I was thinking about how I would do it. I was like, well, they have that hill there. If you got a fan, blew it up the hill, and then redirected it down, and then blow it back in the path of the fan, you could keep it going infinitely. And then the ball didn't matter. It was a really heavy ball on the show, so I don't know if that would have worked, but he didn't specify the weight of the ball, so I just used a wiffle ball, like as light as I could find. And I kept it going, and it kept rolling for days, literal days. I kept it going during the show. I streamed on Twitch for one of my first times ever, just to show that it was still going live during the airing of the show. And I thought, that's a 6. That's a fucking 6 point right there. Nope, 5.
Yeah, sorry.
Fuck you!
as a recipient of a few 6s, you didn't get something tattooed on your body. So I will say the weakest 6 ever given was fucking episode 9. He gave a 6 to Danzikins for drawing a line in the sand just behind him. And in his defense, if he didn't, there was going to be like a 5-way tie for first. So I get it, right. But it's also the softest 6 ever given for sure.
Yeah. No, I also am partial to my first task, which was build a house of cards. I have this set of like cards with clips that you can put together. And I was like, oh, that'd be funny to build something that actually looks like a house out of these cards. And Trash Built did the same thing, actually. His was really fun. And so I built it insta 5. I was like, hell yeah. And then Stans gave the first ever 6 immediately after mine. And I was like, so I had my time in the sun for all of 2 minutes, if that. Best takeaway overall was just the community aspect. You are actually a legend for like getting us all together. Like between Stans doing the show and Z creating a community and just like DMing everyone he could find to just see, hey, we're trying to do some things together, whatever. That was just super cool. I had probably streamed a couple times before that, but this is what made me decide like, okay, maybe that's something I could do. Now I stream very little, but
you stream every other Thursday with us because we do release parties every time we release an episode.
Sometimes I don't stream those, to be fair.
Am I in the chair right now, chat? I think I'm in the chair.
You're in the chair.
I think I'm genuinely just in the chair right now while you guys fucking...
Do something cool with content that is relatable. And then you can talk about it.
My other content stuff online.
Oh my god, how could I forget?
So
yeah, fun fact, Yeggog has the most subscribers of anyone in this call.
Yeah, I do. I've made 2 steamed hams videos that randomly popped off and have over 100,000 views. They were very low effort shit posts. They do not deserve it. The best video on that channel has like 100 or something. It's and those probably were people who just clicked on my channel and looked at the other videos on it. So yeah, not a like regular YouTuber by any means, but I made some shit posts that popped off. I also actually tracked down the intro to a long lost John Boyce video. That is me, who did that, just the intro, but I managed to find it. We had never seen any of this video before, and then I was able to find the intro. More recently, someone actually did find, they had it on a hard drive sitting somewhere, the whole thing. So it is no longer lost media. I have a theory. It's actually John who leaked it with a burner. But anyway, that's just a theory. A legally dubious theory, because if it was actually true, he'd be in trouble. So I hope it isn't true. But I think, yeah, it's possible.
We're all looking for the files. Some of us are looking for different files, though.
What files could you possibly mean, Oath? And surely nothing that we talk about on this episode is going to be invalidated or irrelevant in the next week, because this story is evolving at such a rapid pace.
Yeah. I don't know. We talk about it every episode, but Epstein Watch, baby!
All right, so what's our latest on the Epstein Watch, Oath?
So Mike Johnson's shutting down Congress so that they can't force a vote, but then there was a subcommittee that forced an 11 p.m. vote because the committee was full of Republicans who publicly said that they wanted to release the files, and they snuck a vote through. And so as of 9 hours ago, Congress is supposed to get the Epstein files, but that doesn't really it doesn't really mean anything, because it doesn't mean that we're gonna see any version that implicates anything. It doesn't mean that any justice is gonna be given out or anything like that.
Right. I have two memes to say. One is anyone should be fucking
into the microphone.
Yeah, sorry I had to lean over to get my fucking
right.
phone.
Just
fuck
wait
off
to
about
speak,
it,
you
jackass.
fuck. Jagoff.
Fucking, you're so Pittsburghian. But one is basically a dude who's fucking, we can't wait to persecute any name that's even mentioned in these files to the fullest extent of the law. And it's the same guy 8 months later, and he was like, listen, just because you're in the files doesn't mean you're a pedophile.
Yeah, there's a lot of this use from the Twitter account, this you,
yes.
Which I
believe both of the ones I'm sending are from that Twitter account.
Yes.
My personal stance, and this is going to be probably pretty obvious to most people, is that every normal person at this point knows this motherfucker's in the files. It's just a matter of what line does he take once he can't deny it anymore. And my personal opinion is that the line he takes is going, I did this a long time ago, I'm Christian now, God saved me, and then just like that, he's forgiven by all the Christian Republicans, and he's fucking back in MAGA mode.
I saw that tweet, and I think you raised a very good point. Something I wanted to say as well is that the way by which Democrats forced them to get released, as much as maybe it won't end up mattering or whatever, but we don't know yet, was a rare instance of Democrats playing hardball politics. Actually, genuinely, give them credit where it's due. Because usually they're all about process or whatever. They never go
to be clear, they could have released the files too. They had 4 years to do it, just like the fucking. If we're putting pressure on Republicans,
but what's happened?
I'm not giving them points for shit because they also are protecting theirs.
Yes. Well, what's happened has happened. And I'm just saying now. We can say that they squandered the 4 Biden years. The 4 long Biden years were completely squandered. That's true. I'm just giving them credit now.
Fair. Something else that's interesting. One of the things they're trying to do, the Republicans are trying to get Ghislaine Maxwell to speak before Congress. And it's it's performative because it's deflecting from the fact that they're not just releasing the hard paper evidence that we do have. But Ghislaine has been an advocate saying hey, I want out of jail. So she's literally just going to say whatever she needs to say and just fucking lie to get Trump to pardon her. So even though people are acting like this is gonna be this big bombshell thing, it's such a nothing burger that she's gonna.
Well, just to be clear, this is a private meeting, so even if they do meet, it's not we're gonna know anything about it. It's just it's so sensationalist to get people to distract off the release of the file. Oh well, maybe this is good enough. Nah, bro, drop the pedo fucking map, dude. X marks the spot.
This kind of opacity from the government, lack of transparency, is exactly what people voted for Trump for. The whole thing is that government's not working for you. He'll release the UFO files and he'll release this and that. Bring it back to the people. And then as soon as it gets a little bit hot, actually they don't exist.
Yeah. We talked about last time. That's the craziest line they could have taken. They should have started off with the fucking just because you're in the things.
Well, it's that bad, right? That just means it has to be so bad that you literally have to go that these don't exist. Because if they do exist, they kill your entire political party essentially.
The thing
Yeah.
about fascists is that they're stupid.
I guess. Or it's not, like, don't get me wrong, he is stupid, but it's the assuming that we're that stupid is the crazy part.
Yeah.
Most of them are. They vote. I mean, he fucking got more than 50, so I don't know what to tell you, boss.
No, it was like 49.9. Sorry.
Sorry, fucking, I don't know. Hideo Kojima stole the 15 votes from Trump to make it not 50-50.
Genuinely,
or something, whatever.
RFK. If RFK wasn't in the race, he would have hit 50, which is very sad.
You just gotta get that worm out of your head.
I can't go to Steak and Shake anymore. I love Steak and Shake.
I've also talked about that. That like fucking they've like the how fucking mask off MAGA they've gone is crazy. They're giving out jars of beef tallow to people that pull up in Teslas. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I wonder if that
That's
deal's still on the table.
Listen, I will say there's been some insane MAGA content lately, but the lib content has been pretty fucking gnarly too lately. Fucking South Park premiered last night or the other night. I don't know if y'all saw the clips that are currently trending about that.
I haven't seen the full episode, but I did see the end where they're rehashing the bit where it was like Saddam Hussein in bed with Satan, and that was like, you know, a thing for several years. It's literally the exact same bit except it's Trump. And then they ended it with like, oh, we have to speak positively of Trump, so they did like this like PSA talking about like
Pro-Trump ad.
Yeah, pro-Trump ad where he's like, he carried us through the wilderness, and it's just Trump getting progressively more naked as he walks through the desert, and then his like tiny little penis is talking to him. And like the
Yeah, it's actually the He Is Us. If you guys saw the Super Bowl, they had the He Is Us like AI Jesus ads. They were parodying that there actually.
got you. You know, you
Yeah.
know more ball than I do.
Yeah, the Super Bowl is where those ads were dropped, and everybody was like, "Why does Jesus have like 7 toes?" It was like a wholly AI generated commercial, but
Dude.
well, I mean, have you seen
in-
it?
Well, no, I haven't seen that, but when I was with my grandpa in Tennessee. First off, he super libbed up, all right?
Second
But
off, you're the only 10 I see.
very Catholic, very religious, and they were watching like AI generated like Bible videos, and you know, being grandparents, they could not tell. They clearly did not know that it was AI, and like it was real janky. It did not look good. It was like I can't believe I'm watching this right now. And the channel was like the Cross Crusader or something like that. It was like definitely like that kind of channel, and he obviously didn't tell the connotations of that because he's super libbed up, like, you know.
Well, here's
The more you
thing,
say it,
right?
the more I believe you.
The thing about grandparents is that like you don't got much time left with them, so like let them have this. You know what I mean? If they want to watch their little AI Jesus videos, let them have it. Because in the next 10 years, we're gonna lose all our boomers. I don't know if you heard this, but the average age of boomers right now is 79 years old, and the average lifespan of a normal human is 78 years old. So over the next like 10 years, we're probably gonna lose like 70% of them hoes.
Borrowed time,
Yeah, so-
fuckers.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
tweet
like-
about this, how there's going to be a power vacuum that's going to be filled by all the millennials. And
Yeah. Well, the millennials are going to be a new type of special horrible. So I'm excited to see what kind of
Yeah, fuck a Gen
atrocity
X.
that
We're going straight to
generation
millennials.
commit. Well, Gen
It is
X's
true.
are surprisingly less politically active than millennials. The numbers are like it's baby boomers by a vast majority, and then millennials, and then Gen X.
That's because baby
Yeah, we
boomers
don't
made off like
want-
bandits, and then they had Gen Xers. So the Gen Xers are like, hell yeah, we're chilling. They don't have
don't
a
want-
need to get up and raise a fuss.
we don't want Gen X to be politically involved. Like, most of them have lead poisoning. They were the leaded gasoline generation. This is true.
I know. It doesn't make it not funny when you say it like that.
Millennials aren't that bad. I'd rather have them than boomers.
Well, I mean,
Boomers?
what's the worst that can happen? Fucking regulate AI porn. Fucking regulate social media. Create like, laws that make sense for like regular people. I feel like I don't know. There could be a new version of fucked up millennials, but all the millennials I'm seeing are like fucking socialist millennials in politics for the most part. So
I mean, JD Vance is a millennial, isn't he?
I believe Jork into Peanuts Vance does legally
we don't
qualify as a
claim that
millennial.
guy.
Well, we're not millennials.
Speak for
I'm pretty
yourself,
sure-
libtard.
Yeah,
Aren't
fucking.
you? Wait, no, aren't you still like? Oh,
I'm the first year of Gen Z, and I have
Okay.
8 older siblings, so I'm like millennial at heart.
I definitely think younger Gen Z, there's a big gap because like I had a 20-year-old coworker, and it's amazing the difference, the cultural difference. You know, like we're both adults here,
Yeah,
but
COVID's
growing
a
up,
bitch to grow up in.
yeah, growing up at that time and like having COVID in the middle, like high school and stuff like that, and like it'd be crazy.
Like I've been teaching kids. They went through COVID in elementary school, and it's insane, just like how fucking socially cooked they are.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
seriously.
when you're supposed to be learning your ABCs and sitting at your desk, you're like at your house eating lunch while your mom's like making faces at you from the other side of your camera to make sure that you like at least sit in front of it.
Well, so it's one like an attention span thing, but it's also too just like they didn't grow up like with each other. Like if you like say someone's fucking ugly, and like people in class are like, whoa, what the fuck? Like you get like that social pushback. They never got that social pushback. So kids are just fucking unhinged now.
Yeah.
They just say the
That
most
is good and bad though.
yes and no. Like they just be saying the most insane unhinged shit to each other, and I just have to be like, I mean, you're right, but like you can't just fucking say that.
We're gonna have a real mask off moment once they hit like 18 and 19 and they all like enter into the political adulthood and they start like having actual formative opinions that are informed.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a
There's
politically
already-
violent generation.
Yeah, no, this is Les Mis generation.
There's already a lot of very young fascists.
True.
I mean, we are a gaming podcast.
Yeah,
can
so we
talk
do
about
need to
games
talk
a
about
little
some of
bit.
this shit. There's a lot in the
Yeah.
gaming space lately.
So yeah, the big thing with Microsoft, after laying off like a ton of their workforce, like 2 weeks later, they have to also drop the price of Outer Worlds from $80 to $70. So Yeggog vindicated, I guess, for saying games aren't going to be $90 or whatever. But
I'm going to have a goddamn aneurysm.
I can't believe that 100% of the games that have been released for the Switch 2 are $90. That's crazy.
it is crazy. But so essentially. No, obviously we don't know this for sure, but anyone with 2 brain cells that rub together and create sparks can determine that the reason that they lowered the price is because nobody pre-ordered that shit. Not one person pre-ordered that shit.
Like, can
So,
you
like,
imagine being like one of the 10 people that did? It's like, do I get a $10 refund? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they do. They get
Okay.
refunds. Yeah.
Space.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's the thing is like the long and the short of it. Outer Worlds $10 cheaper, went from 80 to 70. If you pre-ordered, you get a refund. Nobody pre-ordered it anyways. That's why they dropped the price of it. And I wanted to make a point that if Nintendo did that shit, or if Nintendo dropped an $80 game, which they did, they didn't have to drop their price. You know what I mean? But Microsoft did have to drop the price. So it's about, I guess it's all about who got that sauce, that sweet, sweet juice that those fucking, the TikTok brain kids want to hit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and I hated it because it was like, I just really wanted people not to buy Mario Kart for that price. And if you're gonna buy the bundle, because then it's effectively $50, which is totally fine. But people bought it separately anyway just to get a physical cartridge. It's like, I like physical too, but that's insane.
I'm going to buy the
And a month
bundle
later, they dropped
and
a better game.
Yes, I'm going to buy the bundle and the cartridge just so I can give Nintendo more money. I'll pay
They killed the
$130
game
for the
after a few
game.
weeks because they make you drive on the highways, and nobody wants to drive on the highways.
Okay, you say killed the game. That's still the only Mario. That's like there's 2 games on the Switch that you can't like. It would be impossible. There's only 2 games.
What's the other one? It's
did
Mario Kart
see
and...
on
Donkey Kong Bonanza,
Donkey Kong.
and I guess you could count Deltarune because Deltarune actually beat Mario Kart World in sales last week on the digital storefront for Switch, which is, I guess, Toby Fox fucking a millionaire again. You know what I mean? Like he keeps getting away with it, and I mean, good for him. Shout out, little developers getting their shit, but. Big shit has been happening in development too. I don't know if you guys saw, but Sony bought a minority stake in Bandai. So like Elden Ring 2 is like probably PS exclusive, PS6 exclusive at this point. But I want to ask, how much do you think they spent for a 2.5% stake in that company?
A 2% stake?
Yeah, and just to be
2.5.
clear, the company. I mean, you could do the math if you really want to, but it's valued at $21 billion.
Oh, okay. So that would put it at like 500,000 then?
No, well, 500 million.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Because
They
I was going to say $1 billion before you gave us that number. So
How many pounds
so it
of
was like
cheese?
465 million basically for a minority stake of 2.5%, which I felt like they got a deal low key, but it is what it is. I mean, I guess
Bandai
fucking let's all
Namco?
dance. let's all dance on Bandai Namco, the Elden Ring, Dark Souls developer. But we're dancing on Xbox's grave right now because they're actually gonna have, if they ever release a console, they're not having, they don't got shit anymore. I mean,
do you mean the handheld Xbox isn't going to be the greatest thing in gaming?
Well, they aren't they charging more than a Steam Deck for it? It's like a $700 price point. Like, well, who's buying that?
It's much higher end than a Steam Deck. People want performance will buy it, but even the Steam Deck, like, it's sold well. But it's like, I think the Switch 2 has
the Steam
already
Deck is
passed
always sold out. Yeah, it's
but
just a stock issue. Nintendo put Switch 2s in every store, like 10 deep. You know, there was a train going on in the stock line.
Genuine respect to them for getting the stock out because, like, nobody else can do that.
Yeah.
Well, turns out if you have a deal with TSMC, you can just fucking have chips.
There.
Turns out if you're Japan and you're like 250 nautical miles away, you can just rip that.
But then why couldn't people buy a PS5?
What do you mean, COVID?
Yeah,
COVID was a different time, baby.
It was a different time.
It was the Wild West. And also, they did have a ton of stock, but scalpers were scalping for like 4 years. Like, so they were scalping last year. It's crazy. Like, it's wild how many people, like, I think the PS5 is their most successful console, right? It passed PS2? Or is that cap?
No, super cap. I don't even think it passed PS4. Like, it's doing well.
That's wild.
Well, let me look it up.
Yeah,
live
PlayStation
research.
Consoles by sales.
I'm just doing best-selling video game consoles.
The number one
PlayStation
overall
2.
is still the PS2. And then PS4, and then PS1.
Mil.
Yeah, in fact...
Well, it's less than the PSP right now.
It's less than
the
PS3.
It's 77 million, and yeah, it's less than the PS3. Well, PS3 was legendary. People talk shit about the PS3. PS3 was a game changer.
Yeah, so
sure.
It's just like the weird thing, right? In the US, is the only territory where 360 outsold the PS3. Literally everywhere else, the PS3 fucking dominated.
Well,
Yeah, because people don't fuck with Halo outside of America. Halo was such a big selling point of the 360.
I mean, as someone who had a 360 and didn't play Halo, I don't know. I liked everything about the 360 better. Go ahead, Yeghiazaryan. Sorry.
It's okay. The thing is that the PS3 just got off to a really bad start because it was famously $599, and people weren't having that. But then they dropped the price, and obviously it recovered. But like, I still don't think of it as like a huge seller because of that slow start. And yeah, the PS5 is literally next to the Vita, the least selling PlayStation console. Which isn't to say it's selling bad. It's 77.7 million. That's good. That's good numbers, but...
Also, that's not the Vita. That's the original PSP.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
the PS3 exclusives
the
were
PSP
insane.
beat it. The PSP beat it. I'm saying the Vita is the only one that's less.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, I feel like
And
the
it's a lot less.
exclusives for
It is
PS3 were maybe the
significantly less.
best exclusive generation, low-key. Because they had, like, Last of Us, Metal Gear Solid 4.
Oh, yeah, PS4.
They had, like, Little Big Planet. They had fucking, like Demon Souls, even. Like all of these insane games. Like Ratchet and Clank. They had, like, some of the good era Ratchet and
Even
Clank stuff
I don't know.
coming out.
Contested. Everyone hates on Tools of Destruction. It's my personal favorite. But Crack in Time was also PS3, and people love Crack in Time. So
I was gonna say I love Crack in Time, so yeah, that's definitely like a shout for me. And then you've got like God of War. The whole God of War series ended on PlayStation 3. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's just sheer amount of like swag the PS3 had. Like PS3 is like an aura farming console. I feel like.
Well, you mentioned earlier that Elder Scrolls 6 might be exclusive to PlayStation. Was it Elder Scrolls you said, or the next,
it was Elder Scrolls, and we said it would be exclusive to Xbox. Well, we said it's not going to be exclusive to Xbox.
Yeah,
Right.
not exclusive, but yeah,
Bethesda's
owned by Microsoft, so.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, never
they
mind.
also own Activision Blizzard, and just like everybody that Sony doesn't own, they own. It's pretty much two monopolies.
What did you say was going to be PS6 exclusive? Sorry.
Elden Ring 2. Yeah.
Oh, Elden Ring 2. Yeah. So that's what's interesting is that I almost wonder that, right? Because like MLB The Show is a Sony game that you can buy on Switch, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just, it is true what you say. Exclusives are kind of dying out, and it's like it sort of sucks because I think consoles used to have like souls almost. Like there was a real like there was a difference. And nowadays, buy Xbox, you buy PlayStation, it doesn't really matter. Get a gaming PC, you know? It's all sort of...
Yeah, just spend $1,200 versus $600. Shut the fuck up.
You don't need to... Okay.
But like
Talk later.
the hotness
You don't
now
need to spend
is
that much.
timed exclusives. Because like with Final Fantasy VI, it was
Yes.
exclusive for like 6 months, and now it's available everywhere. And I mean,
So nowadays, No, here's the thing. I do agree that for most people, a console is probably a better bet. I mean, Xbox Series S, I'm surprised it doesn't sell better. It seems like a really good deal. But it is weird how now Nintendo's the only one who has like a significant number of exclusives. And so many people, myself included, just have Switch and PC.
They still got so many PlayStation exclusives. I don't know. I feel like you don't know PlayStation ball like that.
I guess I don't, to be fair, but I didn't think there were that many left.
I mean, Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, God of War, Bloodborne, Horizon Zero Dawn, Ghost of Tsushima.
Stop. How many of those games are playable on PC? Because I know Ratchet and Clank is. I know Spider-Man
that's
is.
like
only
those were
one Ratchet
exclusives when they came out.
PC, but it is the
okay. Well,
so it's timed exclusives,
the Rift in
right?
time?
Timed exclusives, absolutely still a thing.
Those are still exclusives. Like, just because they're not exclusive right now, don't mean they weren't exclusives. You know what I'm saying? They were developed with one console in mind, and then after that game was released, they then worked on porting it. The big difference there is that the entire development cycle, they focus completely on development on that one console, which is how you get the best games. Like just history has shown, games that are exclusives are the best versions of the games that you can get. Because I don't know if you remember when the PS4, PS5 came out and the Xbox 360, Xbox One came out, they had to drop quality for Xbox One, and like a lot of games ended up being way shittier because they had to build for the shittier console instead of the one console. They had to account for multiple systems, which is the same problem that PC gaming development has, and like the issue with Unreal, and like how everything in Unreal like has that, you know, it has that fucking clayness to it, or that weirdness to it, is because Unreal has a lot of these algorithms that have to like math out what they're doing for every single different computer.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with that. I think people just compare power to power and underrate the fact that if you are just making a game for a console, you just have one set of hardware, maybe two, you know, because like PS4 Pro or whatever, something like that. But like a very small number versus you have to make sure it works on AMD. You want to try and make sure it works on Intel GPUs now. So like, you know, and then CPUs as well, AMD and Intel, like, yeah, it's a lot more variables to consider.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, exclusives are, I mean, yeah, it is what it is, but Bananza was mid, by the way. I don't know if we don't have to go deep into it, but Bananza
I did
was
set
like
you up to talk about
10.
Bananza, and then you just fucking moved on. I was like, all right.
Yes. But also, you're the only one I've heard that from. Everyone else I've ever seen has been saying it's super sick.
I mean, it is super sick in the way that, like, ooh, shiny lights, I'm going to go get a banana, but it's not super sick in the way that you're going to have, like, a rewarding gameplay experience that you're going to remember for the rest of your life.
It sounds like it is that from some other people I've heard.
If you're 6.
I was like, the only person I've heard comments on it was Nandre, and he said it was also incredibly mid.
Oh, okay.
Like it's not a 5 out of 10, but it's like it's the most mid 7 out of 10 you've ever seen.
Somebody was saying it's like better than Mario Odyssey. You know, and Mario Odyssey, I think we agree, is great.
I never played, but it is the
Odyssey.
general consensus that that game does fuck.
Right.
Yeah, Odyssey is like Odyssey's really good. Odyssey like okay. I think the only reason it didn't win Game of the Year is because Breath of the Wild came out that same year.
They're
Nintendo suffering from success. Yeah.
exactly. Yours is better.
I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how Game of the Year shapes up this year, because if Expedition 33 doesn't win, the amount of rage that's going to come out of both me and the fandom is going to be immeasurable. Yeah, and the problem is if Ghost of Yotei is heat, I'm going to be conflicted with them myself, because Ghost of Yotei is like one of my favorite franchises. You know, you guys Tsushima before, so it's like, it's going to be a tough year, you know?
Yeah,
what's your game of the year this year, Yeggog, so far?
Oh man, I have not played that many new games, to be honest.
Kind of hard.
Busy.
Golf is Yeghiazaryan.
Dude, I didn't enjoy kind of hard golf, to be honest. I thought it was more than kind of. I wasn't having fun.
Yeggog's game of the year is the fucking what's it called? The thing the Atlantic bought,
Brackets.
The daily game. Yeah,
Bracket
City is your game of the year.
It might be, honestly. Last year it was F-Zero 99. I mean, I defend that to the death. That game fucks. Or was that 23 it came out? Yeah, whatever. Whatever year it came out, that was my game of the year.
That white boy got a little motion that year. It's true, chat. No, but all right, game of the year is that. Well, let me inform you. If you're looking for games to play, I do have a game of the week. We have a game of the week every week, and you're gonna be you're gonna be involved in this one. I feel like this is a game that is up your alley a little bit, Yeggog. So it just came out, and it's like a roguelite pseudo dungeon crawler. You're not in a dungeon, you're outside, but you're basically, it's like tile hex based, and like every time you move, a timer counts down. And as you're moving through the environment, you're looking for loot. You're fighting like enemies to like level your guy up and get more money. And then when your time runs out, you have to fight a boss. And then after 3 days and 3 nights, you're fighting, you know, multiple bosses. There's 3 different bosses you can fight. And it's like just a roguelite, and it's an auto battler. So when you like fight the enemies, you go in and like the shit that you have set up, it's like kind of super auto pets like, where you want to have your synergies. You know, you could have like 3 items that are made out of stone, and that might give you a buff. Or you could have 3 items that are like, if you have 3 pairs of shoes, you know, you might get a buff for having for being, you know, a sneakerhead or something, you know? You know, so it's like, it's very cool a lot of different ways. But I think the coolest thing for me was that the 16-bit music was so heat. The soundtrack for this game is really good. Like, it's one of those games that you could just like sit and have that soundtrack going all day. And you can like work to it. You could like, you know, chill to it. You can hang out with homies to it.
Can you throw it back to it?
You can, but it's not like a throw that ass in a circle. It's more like a lick, lick, lick. I want to eat that dick type twerk. If you feel me, more of a cupcake twerk than a throw that ass in a circle. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so it's like it is, like I said, it's a roguelike. So you can like get achievements which unlock better items that can give you better runs in the future. And it's just a really cool game. I think I initially saw that NL played it, but I also went on Steam and I looked at like the trending page and I saw it was on there. So I was that's my game of the week. You should go check that out, Yeggog.
And what was the name again?
E is Us, and it's on sale for $10 today, but it's $15 normally. So if it's not on sale by the time it comes out, expect 15.
I cannot find this game.
E is Us, and one of the I will say it's got Leshy in it too. But he's not.
It's coming up with Hell Is Us.
That is a different game.
Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry. It's called He Is Coming. I'm actually so ass.
And he's coming, all right?
I'm actually so ass. It's He Is Coming.
One thing about him, he's coming.
All right, and then I guess while we're in a little bit of a in-between here, I could just yap about how funny it is that the guy who wore the Make FPS Great Again is suffering. Or the Make FPS Great Again hat on stage at Summer Games Fest is suffering.
Nothing makes me happier than Republican downfall.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know if the guy's a Republican. It was just a poor choice. It was just a really fucking poor choice. But I don't know any lib that would be caught dead wearing a hat like that, to be honest. So he unreleased his game. He full released Splitgate 2 as like a free-to-play game, and it had like an $80, $90 bundle on release, and everybody was super pissed. And they dropped a ton of player count in the first like 2 weeks, and they were just gonna die. So he unreleased the game back to beta. And they're like, sorry, guys, we didn't hit the mark this time, so we're going to try again, which is super funny because no one is going to care. It's going to Concord out. It's literally the Concord route. They're just going to cancel it now. So, fucking see you later. Splitgate 2. It was fun while it lasted. Rest in piss. We're all dancing on your grave. Make FPS great again. They did it. Mission accomplished. You know what I'm saying? They fucking did it.
The game, honestly, looked kind of fun.
It did look cool in concept.
I wasn't allowed to say that at the time.
No, I think when we live reacted to it, I said that I thought it looked cool.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to get canceled.
Oh, we're canceling.
I know.
Oh, we're canceling. Speaking of canceling, let's take a look at your Twitter, Yeggog. What's going on with that? So
what?
I took a look. I took a look today, and
yeah,
I
Oath took the liberty of creating another PowerPoint, even though he's not doing the lesson.
Yeah, I'm not doing the lesson, but I just had a couple of questions to ask you about some of your posts that you've maybe made throughout your history online. The first post here, you have retweeted an image of a location, and it has a rainbow over top of it, and it says, "The sky went woke SMH." What did you mean by that?
It's a joke. This is what we in the trade call a joke. Because
see,
rainbows.
You say that it's a joke, but earlier you were talking about the wokies, and it really kind of put me on my back foot here, because I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt too here, but you're really kind of digging a hole that I'm not sure you can get out of in this moment.
This is my oath. You joke about the wokes have taken this and that from us every fucking episode. I'm not going to take that shit. We joke about wokeness. If anybody's actually... If anybody...
I was like, wow, can't even joke about joking about woke anymore. Fucking what else are the libs going to take from us?
Well, no. This is the stupidest thing. I'm not gonna answer for making a joke. I thought it was a pretty
No,
picture.
why is the sky woke? And if the sky is woke, why is that a problem? I need you to tell me right now. Why is it a problem if the sky wakes up?
Go ahead and throw this up. I
sucks.
literally DM'd Oath. I think this bit sucks.
No, this is a good bit. This is a good bit.
It's
Okay,
a
I did take
shit-ass
out the
bit.
slide you told me to take out, to be clear. So
It went woke because there's a rainbow, and rainbows
so
are
just
woke.
to be clear, rainbows
and so
are
I'm
woke?
parodying a right winger who gets offended by natural phenomena.
okay, you know what?
That's
Now I
the
am
joke.
glad I took out the libertarian slide from this, because that might have been a problem for you. You might have dug an even deeper hole.
I
But
used to identify
that's-
as more libertarian than I do now. That's fine. I
will
will
say
answer
that's-
for bad old takes.
That's not even the most concerning thing I saw, because I looked deeper into it. Right, I took a magnifying glass at 1.25x. I put on the monocle, the reading glasses, the bifocals, and I looked at it and I saw the surface level. Right, and then I decided, you know what? Let's 2x. You know what, Jarvis? Show me that guy's balls. Can you explain why the fuck you have a soft spot for the Chiefs? What is that shit, you bandwagon-ass fan? You're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. You're from Pennsylvania. This
Wait.
is fake cred. This is bullshit.
Okay, so I'm not allowed to answer? Thank
I
you.
was just doing my spiel. You gotta... That's how this works.
But the problem is that you said, can you explain why? It's in my brother in Christ, it's in the tweet.
No! This is... I need better explanation. What is...
Okay.
Okay, there are 3 ways that you can become a fan or even soft pull for a team. 1, you are born there. 2, you moved there. Number 3, your dad didn't shut the fuck up about him growing up, all right? Those are the only 3 ways you become a
for the
soft fan of a
Seahawks,
team.
by the way, is number 3 there. No, John Boyce is a super cool video creator. I've already mentioned him once. I think he makes super great videos. I'm literally subscribed to the secret base Patreon for his
bullshit.
videos, and that is the most expensive media subscription that I have. I don't have Netflix, but I have that. So
This is wild.
So the thing is, yeah, I respect him, and so he's a Chiefs fan because I think it's because he grew up there. He was a kid growing up, and he liked him, whatever the reason was.
Vile.
And, I mean, he's from Kentucky, so that's adjacent. And so, yeah, because the Titans didn't exist yet. So yeah, I want a guy I respect to be happy. That's literally all it is. But no, other than that, listen, Seahawks and Steelers, and then I kind of root for the Bills to do well because I feel bad for them. John has done a series on the Falcons and the Vikings, so nice to see them do well. And then there was the Chiefs, and it was yeah, I'm happy John Boyce is having a good day, but then they became really fucking annoying. But I will say, some of the people who don't like the Chiefs don't like them because of the Taylor Swift thing. And that became a weirdly right-wing coded opinion. So if anything, I'm wondering why you have such an issue.
You know what? Fucking women. No, listen, all right? That was strike 2, okay? That was the second strike. That wasn't even the third strike. Like a batter, you went up there and you looked the pitcher dead in his eyes. You had an 0-2 count, right? You had one more strike before you got out. And you decided to post some shit like this.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. There's not.
Do you want to fight? Do you think you're funnier than me?
It's
Be
a
like,
good-
where do you get off thinking that
It's a
you're
good-
funnier than me?
I think Yegog's
okay,
funnier
I
than
didn't
you.
know you yet.
Oh no! This one specifically was to fucking spite me. All right,
Have you
woke
done
up
this bit?
4 years. You woke up. You said fuck oath.
What does this have to do with you? I'm confused.
The numbers, Mason. The numbers. What do you mean? You're not funnier than me. All right, this is an oath-coded joke. I own all jokes adjacent to this. You can't take them from me.
What? I couldn't have possibly. You're crazy. Listen.
You can't
all
have
right,
it.
Just because you need my humor to make a Reddit post pop off. No. Your most successful, his most successful Reddit post chat, comments, whatever.
Oh no, it's
is
happening.
a joke I came up with.
thought I could keep it
and
under
then
wraps.
he was like, "Hey, I want to post that on Reddit." I was like, "Yeah, go for it." And then it popped
No.
off. It was on my homepage.
But it was my karma, pussy.
Hey, it's fine. But
It was my karma.
You do need my humor to succeed on Reddit, and that's fine. Some of us got it, and some of us don't, and that's fine. But yeah, I thought you were going to call me transphobic. Like, I went in the comments and specifically was like, hey, in case there's any confusion, no, this isn't anti-trans. I just thought it would be funny.
All of this that I'm showing you is just to say, I fucking see right through you.
And here's Yeggog's face and address.
Yep, and that was the fourth slide, actually.
That's your... I don't understand anything that just happened. Well, there's one thing I wanted to say.
Are we still talking about the bit that I did? Are we concluding that, or?
Yeah, we're concluding that.
Okay, go for it.
I was not on last episode, so I couldn't talk about this, but I just want to say...
and egregious wrong
quick.
that we didn't mention it.
You are wrong for not mentioning it. So, 2 weeks ago, these Jagoffs didn't mention Nico Hülkenberg getting his first podium in F1. Now, dear viewer, you don't know me, and I don't know you. I've been watching F1 for longer than these two combined, okay? To be fair, Z doesn't add that much.
Yeah, this is my first season.
I've been watching since 2013, and since 2013, I think David Hobbs manipulated me. I've been a Hülkenberg fan. What can I say?
Isn't that the school shootings? David Hogg? Who are you talking about?
No, David Hobbs.
Sorry, completely different vibe.
Back when F1 used to be on NBC. And I loved the commentary team, but it had commercials, so, you know. But yeah, David Hobbs, actually, if you watch Cars 2, David Hobbs is in that movie as David Hobbs Cap. Fun fact. Anyway.
Everybody wanted to hear that one.
But yeah, I mean, I've been a Hülkenberg fan, ride or die forever. And what I told these guys is it's been mostly die. He was out of the sport, came back, nobody liked that he was coming back.
Signed with Kick of all teams.
He finally, well, to be fair, he signed for Audi.
Kept a great hairline the whole time.
But he finally did it. He finally fucking did it. And I've been popping out. Like, I went to a work event just like yesterday before this. And anyone who watches F1 and who would listen, I would pop off to them about it. I'm still pumped. There hasn't been a race since still, so like it's still the most recent race. Nico Hülkenberg is one of the 3 most recent podium winners in Formula 1 as of recording it, but not when this comes out. So, never mind.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got Nico who takes a shit box and he places well. You got Albon who's crashed out like 7 races in a row. And then you've got my goat, Lando Norris, running his front end into the back of his teammate for no reason. We're just like you might be winning right now out of the 3 fandoms that are represented in this call. You might have the best representation right now.
It's true.
All of our guys are fucking tossing it in the bin.
All right, folks. It actually, I think, is time for some dumb philosophy because I got to piss. And I'm going to do what Z did and just go.
Yeah, fucking looking at your dumb philosophy. So we've added a new section, a new subheading to the document.
Yeah.
Big back of house news for you guys. 4 of these questions are the same question. Like fucking, is cereal a soup? Is ketchup a thing? Is Pop-Tart a ravioli? Those are all the same fucking question.
No, so I changed it. So if cereal is a soup, then so are smoothies is just a statement. That's like me just putting myself out there and being vulnerable to the people. Like, I think that if cereal is a soup, then a smoothie has to be a soup too. Because what is...
It has to have particles, is the thing. Like, it doesn't have like chunks.
Yes, the smoothies, they're mostly particles. Like, think about a fruit.
The thing about a smoothie, they're smooth. Famously.
No!
If you're getting chunky smoothies, you're doing smoothies wrong.
What is a fruit but water and chunky bits? Think about it. It doesn't matter how much you blend it. You're always at the end of the... Like, if you blend fucking Captain Crunch into a paste, you're still gonna have cereal or soup when you put it in the milk. You know what I mean? You're still gonna have it.
There's an obvious line of attack that you're avoiding here, which is frustrating me.
No, because I don't need it. I can keep that in my back pocket because I just mog you so hard, like on the basis.
Sure.
Yeah. All right, give me. Drop your bomb.
Like I said, soup usually has a fucking, like, you know, it's like chunks of something suspended in something, right? Is like our basic definition of soup, except for like most gazpachos I feel like are just like because I don't know, like the only gazpacho I've ever had is like watermelon gazpacho, which was similar to like a cold tomato soup, which is like your big tomato soup is basically a smoothie, because it doesn't have like any sort of like chunks. It just is creamy.
It is. I mean, sure, for sure. You're making my point for me at this point.
That's why I said like the fact that you didn't bring up tomato soup is crazy, and you're bringing up whatever the fuck it is you're bringing up, blending Captain Crunch. Fucking who asked?
But I mean, this is what I'm saying though. It's like I'm trying to correlate smoothies in cereal because smoothies and cereal are ultimately the same exact chemical makeup. They are ultimately the same chemical makeup. It's true. Think about it. You put dried fruit in the cereal already anyways. We're halfway there. We are at smoothie soup territory, and you're just not willing to accept that.
I just can't believe you come on here like every other week and just like want to die on a hill of looking like a fucking idiot.
No!
You go out of your way to do it to yourself.
Okay, and then my second statement is, if the Earth isn't flat, why are all the pictures of the Earth flat?
I hate you.
If the Earth isn't flat, why are all the pictures of the Earth flat? There's no 3D pictures of the Earth, chat.
Thoughts, Yegog?
I bet there are. Anyway,
It's just that we haven't taken a picture at such a distance to encapsulate the 3D-ness. Like I look flat-ish, but like if you like get closer, you can like see detail. But fucking like we can't.
That's actually a live picture of the Earth, chat.
Bald! My eyes!
Yeah, it's literally just a matter of perspective. Is literally all it is. The fact that we have.
I'm just saying, it's the no pictures. They're all flat.
Love this.
Yeah. All right. And then the final question. If you fart, are you lighter or heavier?
So I saw this.
This one's
in the
kind of
topics
based.
list.
I like this one.
Yeah, I saw this in the topics list, and I was like, obviously lighter. And then I thought
Are you
about
sure?
it. Right. Then I thought about it because don't they move up or do they?
It depends on how dense flatulence is relative to air density. Is what it comes down to.
Right.
Because
so
like,
what is sulfur? How dense is sulfur? I think it's heavier.
it's mostly methane. Are farts more dense than air? And then they're gonna say it
This is a
depends.
really good question.
No, farts are generally lighter than air. Farts are primarily composed of gases like methane and hydrogen, which are less dense than the nitrogen oxygen.
What is
that
it?
make
What's
up
the answer?
So I think
What's
you
the
get
answer,
heavier.
Einstein?
Well, you get heavier, but your mass decreases. Which
Yes,
would be
because
different.
there's a between
Riddle me
weight
that,
and mass.
Riddler.
Your mass would go down, but your weight would marginally,
I'm
very
a big
marginally.
fucking nerd, chat. I wear glasses. Fun fact.
I'm about to blow the lid off this whole fucking thing right now.
It stays the same.
What if you're farting, and every time you fart, you're moving the inside of your intestines around a little bit, right? So you're
Rearranging the guts, if you will.
yeah. So you're technically losing weight every time you fart because you're working out a little bit. You're working out a little bit every time you fart because you're like burning a calorie. You're losing a kcal. You know what I'm saying? So
You're not
only
losing a
is
kcal.
the gas.
To be fair, you could lose a calorie, but you're not losing a kcal.
I'm just saying, the farts inside of you, they build up, right? They build up and they create movement. They create fine motion, all right? And as they
Shout out Fine Motion, my
proceed,
favorite horse in Uma Musume.
as they proceed down the chute, right? They're just everything is moving. Everything is getting active. There's an actus rea happening in your belly. You know what I'm saying? So that I don't know. I just feel like you're working out. Farting is working out.
Speaking of things building up, my tension and anger at my apartment complex is building up because I don't know if I got to yell about it on the last episode. There's still fucking squirrels in my goddamn ceiling. I woke up yesterday to not one, not two, but 3 new holes in my ceiling because there are squirrels that are digging down through the plaster into my fucking thing. I can like Yeggog, throw up the pictures. I got fucking like I come in my stream room, there's fucking debris all over my fucking stream room because I have 2 holes right here, right like literally directly above me. They drop onto my fucking streaming chair and I hear the fuckers running around right now, which is what's pissing me off about it. And then there's another one in my kitchen, and then while I was taking pictures of the hole in my fucking ceiling to send to my fucking landlord for the 3rd time now, because they won't just fucking fix whatever hole on the outside of the thing that's letting the squirrels get into the space above my ceiling. They're not fixing that. They just keep coming. They'll like put plaster on my fucking ceiling, paint it, call it a day, come fucking fix the hole again next week. I found like above, I have like it's like a strip of light. It's like a long like fluorescent light bulb thing. And the thing that holds the bulbs is starting to fill up with debris because the squirrels are digging a hole underneath where the fucking light is. So like I have 4 holes in my ceiling right now because of fucking squirrels. And I hate it. Squirrels I don't think are that good for the environment. They don't do things. Like the best thing that they do is they forget where their acorns are buried. So they like kind of help spread out acorns and like help oak trees grow. Fuck that. We don't need oak trees in my fucking apartment right now. So fucking get them out. Kill them. I'm going to call fucking animal control if these fuckers don't. It's pissing me off.
Notice the Z hates squirrels, everybody. Confirmed.
It's reaching a Doofenshmirtz level of evil. Like, he's sending the squirrels in one by one. He's like,
I'm gonna take over the tri-state area by sending squirrels into everyone's apartments.
Yeah, the god is literally conspiring against me specifically with these fucking squirrels. With that being said, shout out Squirrel Girl. Send me to that squirrel. I'll come back a father.
listen, just don't put me behind her.
You know what? We should put this behind. Yeggog's lesson that he has for us. What we got going, gamer?
Folks. Oh, I'm so glad you asked. All right, let me get it queued up here. Ladies and gentlemen, America. Land
my God.
of the, well, home of the, well. And in this country, we have 2 great pastimes. Baseball and congressional gridlock.
It's true.
Hell yeah.
It's true.
What if?
Are we about to get? Are we about to combine the two and we get congressional gridlock over baseball?
What if you're an insane person, you may ask.
So me?
What if we combine these 2 great traditions? And my friends, what if I told you that this is already a thing and it has existed for a really weirdly long time? I present to you the congressional baseball game. So, as you can see from the logo, it's been a thing since 1909, and it's exactly what you would hope it would be. The sitting members of Congress, House and Senate, play in a game of baseball across party lines. There's literally a Republican team and a Democrat team, and it's like the current senators and representatives from either party.
This
Look how
you're just lying to us right now.
Also, look how chummy they are when they're not on the floor of the Senate, calling each other spawns of Satan or whatever. You know, it's almost like they're all actually on the same team. But anyway,
dude,
whatever,
you know,
fine.
Marjorie Taylor Greene has a fucking mean curveball in her.
The guy who pitches for the Republicans wears a MAGA hat, like very proudly.
Just give me one at bat. I'd fucking rip it.
So I think this is weird that this exists, and kind of surprising that this exists, because sometimes the worst thing a politician can do is look a little bit silly. We all remember Howard Dean sunk his presidential campaign overnight. Michael Dukakis in the tank. Probably didn't sink it. He probably wasn't winning anyway, but it didn't help. And then
like
I think
Mr.
I think my mom and I might be the only people who remember this, but I think it's very funny. John Kasich seems to have actually suffered a little bit of political damage for eating pizza with a fork.
I
Which
do
is
vaguely
crazy.
remember that. Fucking another one
is-
that I liked was the fucking Jeb Bush police clap. Dude, that's an all-time band that tanked a career.
That didn't really. I don't know, but yeah, this is crazy. But listen, he's from Pittsburgh. You gotta be patient with us.
Do you all eat pizza with a fork like that?
No, it's just a joke. I was really hoping you didn't. Do you have a reaction to me saying that?
What the
Damn
fact
it.
that you like?
I was
mentioned-
trying to preempt you saying Pittsburgh mentioned and then do a bit.
You literally cut me off from saying it, fucker.
I didn't cut you.
You wanted me to say it.
I did want you to say. I figured you would say it. That sucks. Well, anyway, so yeah, the thing is, I'm just surprised that people would be willing to, you know, risk debasing themselves by participating in sports. I mean, these are like, you know, political science grads and lawyers and shit, and they do debase themselves.
Candace Owens.
That's Jasmine
Oh,
Crockett,
no.
actually. In fact, these are
Oh,
all
no.
Democrats. These are all Democrats. That might say something. I don't know. But yeah.
Dude, the
like,
guy up there is fucking dead. What is he like? Probably 60? He fucking snapped his spine.
The lower left, he pitched it there. Like, look at the.
You look at
he
the
pitched it
fucking
that
going
far
for it.
Of course. And also, that's my representative. Anyway, none of these are like infamous moments or memes. I literally just found most of these by watching the game for a few minutes, which, by the way, is broadcast on C-SPAN, complete with proper score graphics and everything. This is probably better coverage than most minor league games. But yeah, they're not good at baseball. And there's an endless stream of sitting politicians making themselves look like an ass, and yet we don't see countless memes of them, you know, even more famous ones, making themselves look stupid. I'm so shocked. Ron DeSantis has played in this game, like sitting senators, like famous senators.
They won't send Greg Abbott out there, though. Fucking pussies. I'm just noticing a certain color in the crowd more than the other color. I don't know if that's indicative of anything, but I seem to notice a certain color in the crowd.
Possibly.
Well, baseball's not woke enough for the dead.
Well, I
They're
say
losing, so
they are losing, and in fact, yeah. So I say that we don't really hear about this as much as I think we should. But one such incident, people were talking about, they were laughing about it, and that's how I found out about this game. At the end of this year's game, something happened that if you were to write like a fictional parody of the current political moment, and you wrote this in, it would be like too on the nose. It'd be too over the top.
did they steal the game?
It's no, not quite that. It's the end of the game. It's the last at bat. The
Release the
Republicans are
score.
up. The Republicans are up by 11 runs. Newly elected U.S. Senator Ruben Gallego is up to bat. He has already taken 2 strikes. This is it. He lines up to take a bunt. He fails the bunt. The Democrats, down 11 runs, tried and failed to bunt. And this is how the Democrats ended their most recent game. This is hyper emblematic of the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. People were talking about this is a scenario you'd make out to try to dunk on the Dems, but it actually happened. And truth be told, it has not been going well for the Democrats as of late.
31-11? Mercy rule. Jesus Christ.
Truth be told, it has not been going well for the Democrats as of late.
And
they're also struggling. Fuck off! I'm trying to do a joke! For once! It has not been going well for the Democrats as of late. And they're also struggling in the congressional baseball game. As you can see. Get it?
It's not
whatever.
going well.
I take it the 2020 game got canceled for COVID.
Yes. So they've lost the last 5 straight, some by blowouts, most by blowouts. And what's weird is that there used to be a weird trend where for a long time the party in the White House won the congressional baseball game for 16 years. But then in 2016, it flipped. The Republicans won it. And then Democrats won it while Trump was in office, and then Republicans won it when Biden was in office. And now it's flipped back
Yeah.
to the other way around. So, yeah, that is, to be fair, that is true. If you consider the COVID victory a Republican victory, which you might because they are affiliated with each other.
I mean, I would have rather of them given each other
trend.
COVID, to be honest with you. They probably should have done it.
The fact that we
would've been
didn't lose
very
more
based.
senators to COVID is very unfortunate.
Yeah. The rich keep getting richer. What a damn shame.
Yeah, very interesting patterns, though. I think there's maybe something about cultural dominance here, where like Bush years it was Republicans, and then Obama years, but then people were libbed up during Trump, but then egg prices were high, so everybody became fascist during Biden. I don't know. Maybe there's something to read into there. But Democrats being bad at sports feels very fitting.
Oh, for sure.
Now,
Hear me out on this, though, real quick. I just want to spitball this with you. What if you got like an all-star cabinet together? You got LeBron James as president. You've got Selena Williams as vice president. You've got your secretary Serena Williams as your secretary of defense. You've got Giannis Antetokounmpo for your
not a single baseball player mentioned.
Correct. Yeah. I'm not. We don't need to put baseball.
Usain Bolt, Joey Chestnut, Magnus Carlsen.
We are assembling the sports infinity stones so that we can put the Democrats can put the Republicans. I think they get elected on that. Honestly, it's a better election strategy than they had in 2024. It truly is.
The one to bring us home and to bring us to the promised land? Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, I love that guy.
But I would be remiss not to mention the shooting that happened at the Republican practice for the 2017 game, in which Representative from Louisiana Steve Scalise, along with a couple members of Republican staff, were shot. They did all recover. The shooter himself was unalived by Capitol Police. Listen, this is subject matter that will also already get us algo nuked, so I don't want to take any chances. Turns out the shooter was a left-winger and Bernie volunteer in what has got to be the only example of actual left-wing violence in American political or recent American history. There keep being other examples where we think the shooter is gonna be left-wing, but then we find out that they're either actually a Republican or have some bizarre, incoherent, vaguely centrist ideology. So this guy seemed to be just an actual left-winger. And so, with that being said, congratulations to the one true Walmart firebomber. Thank you for your time.
I don't know how to react to that last bit.
I like it was going so well, and then the last 3 slides happened.
Yeah, we took a sharp left there. I do feel educated though.
Yeah, I mean,
much like Yeggog after the ending of that pod, or after the end of those slides, Softlock is canceled, guys. We're not doing another episode. We're done. That was it.
What else was I going to talk about? It's baseball. It's boring.
Okay, I mean,
you know what would make baseball a little more exciting? Political violence.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yins have both done slides about political violence.
I mean, just because I called for the fucking
was
revolution.
about political Activision.
Activision?
Activision? Huh? Chat, okay, time to mask off. I have been drinking the whole episode, chat. It's
fucking before Yeggog got in here, we were hanging out in call, and Oath was like, I need to feel more like a human. Let me go grab some soju. And I was like, what a fucking insane sentence that was.
But
if you've got anxiety, you understand.
But did it fucking work?
I mean, just drink copious amounts of caffeine like the rest of us.
Oh,
yeah, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. This episode is the Yeggog edition. I thought we were going to talk more about transit, but that guy, I guess we didn't get there. So maybe next time Yeggog will talk about trains, planes, and autism. Thank you so much for tuning in. Love y'all. See you next time.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Honest love trains and planes. See ya.